What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another podcast video on the SNA podcast, where we're going to be talking about the latest, wildest, and intriguing news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know from the pro wrestling world. And we're going to start off today with some original finish for WWE Bad Blood title match, like reportedly has been revealed, with the finish to Liv Morgan's Women's World Championship match against Rhea Ripley at Bad Blood last week caught everyone off guard as Raquel Rodriguez interference caused the bout to end by disqualification. It was later confirmed that this was not the planned finish. And everything was changed on the spot, which has led Dave Meltzer to reveal that what the original plan might have been in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Regardless of how it regardless on how it played out, Morgan had was always going to leave Bad Blood with the title. However, Rodriguez was meant to choke slam Rhea Ripley behind the referee's back before throwing Morgan on top of her, for the pin, of course. This did technically happen after the match. Had already ended as a show of dominance from Rodriguez, who has since aligned herself with the Judgment Day. The main problem was that Rodriguez interfered right in front of the referee, putting the official in the position where they had to throw the match out, because it if they didn't, they would have looked ridiculous. Dave Meltzer also noted that the crowd in the State Farm Arena hated the finish, which was experienced. Wasn't expected, which was expected, because a disqualification finish on a premium live event meant shouldn't really shouldn't happen. With the interference, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, like and CM CM Punk and Drew McIntyre's Hell in a Cell match was the match on the show that didn't have any sort of outside distractions. Despite the non-finish onto the match, Ripley will have to be patient before she get another crack at Morgan's title. The WWE Women's World Championship champion will face a different type of challenge at Crown Jewel on November 2nd, as Liv Morgan will go one-on-one with Nia Jax, the current WWE Women's Champion, in the first time ever Crown Jewel Championship match. But I want to ask you this question before I moved on to the next subject onto the video, and that is, what are your thoughts onto the finish? And do you think that really was the original plan? I've been hearing that was, and it is very obvious. You can see that Liv Morgan was supposed to win here by pinfall, with Raquel Rodriguez interfering and choke slamming Rhea Ripley, but that unfortunately did not happen because she did right in front of the referee, which she should have waited until she gets Dirty Dominic down. Then Rhea Ripley comes in and try to go for a riptide, only for Dirty Dominic to come there and distract the Eradicator And what then the referee that's trying to get him down off the apron, where Raquel Rodriguez could go, should have did the choke slam that way. Then put Liv Morgan on top of her. Then Dirty Dominant finally goes down. The referee counts the three, and still the women's world champion is none other than Liv Morgan. But unfortunately, that did not happen, and then yeah, it ended up like the way it did. But but let me know in the comments when is the next time Liv Morgan's going to be facing Rhea Ripley. Let me know in the comment section right down below. But I think the only thing good about it is that we got the finish that everybody would expect it when it comes to the interference part, which it was none other than Raquel Rodriguez, a women's wrestler that the same women's wrestler that Liv Morgan did not split in bad terms with, but which she still have good connection both in kayfabe and reality. But yeah, this was this was a complete shock in a way. But I hope they correct this wrong and in the next encounter that Liv Morgan had has a chance to fight Rhea Ripley. It's kind of too late to have Raquel Rodriguez does do this again. The damage has already been done, but but I believe everybody got over it and then they're moving on and saying that that was then and that's not now. Like and they're moving on and they're probably going to do something that going to correct this mistake, which is going to be likely. But let's move on to the next slide. And it's Homicide opens up about like an old Ring of Honor rival, AEW champion Bryan Danielson. And it says right here, the current AEW World Champion had has had a lot of storied rivalries like throughout his career. Like one man who has a storied history with the American Dragon, like is former Ring of Honor and TNA star Homicide. He was a recent guest on the Busted Open Radio where he was asked about Danielson and if he had any fond memories of him, and he he had nothing but nice things to say about his old rival. Like in response, I got mad respect for the human being. Like he's a great man. Like I always remember the first time I seen him. It was Ring of Honor, and he came to the building. I was like, this guy's got no charisma, nothing, no spirit, just one color. Like he's very vanilla, like no spice. Like then last year, I know. I mean, not last. Late years later, was it last year? Then years later, like I get to know him. He's a great human being. He's a great guy. Best technical wrestler in the world. I always believe that. I hate the word goat, greatest of all time, but he is one of the them like homicide. He's one of them. And Homicide rounded off by saying Danielson might have been vanilla he when he met him. But he's added a lot more spice to his work over the years. Homicide and Danielson wrestled a number of times, like during the 2000s, with the majority of their matches taking place in ROH. Obviously, their uh, their most famous bout came at the 2006 Final Battle event, where Homicide ended Danielson's 462-day reign as ROH World Champion in what many feel, what many consider like to be one of the company's most ca- ca- cath, cathartic cath- cathartic moment, cathartic cathartic, ca- ca- cathartic, cathartic moments like ever given like how beloved like homicide was at the time. And but what is your thoughts on to now that homicide his wrestling days are over and is and behind him, like what are your thoughts on to what are your thoughts on what are your thoughts on homicide's comments onto what's his yeah, but his thoughts and his positivity praise on Brian Danielson of adding some spice on his vanilla style in wrestling. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about some Eric Bischoff news. But by the way, like yeah, that was pretty cool. From one of Brian Danielson's greatest rivals in his time in Ring of Honor, like which I think it's the complete opposite of what I would think about Nigel McGuinness. But that's a different conversation for a different day. But let's yeah move on to some Eric Bischoff news. With him say with him will be shocked. How silly. But anyways, assassinated. Like like Eric Bischoff will be shocked if this popular WWE star doesn't return eventually. Since CM Punk returned to the WWE last November at Survivor Series, many fans have questioned if his wife, former WWE star AJ Lee, would be interested in returning to the company. But after nearly a year since the Best in the World has been back, there is still no sign of the former three-time Divas champion. Lee hasn't been seen on WWE television since March 2015 after retiring from in-ring competition. But according to the former WCW executive Eric Bischoff, like he wouldn't be surprised like if Lee returns to the company like in this recent episode of his 83 weeks podcast. Bischoff explained that if Lee has interest like in participating from a creative standpoint, like WWE has the potential to write a great story involving both Punk and Lee together. And he explains, "I'll be shocked if we don't, and probably disappointed because wow, like potential like story here. Like I mean, you could put six different writers in six different rooms, and they'll come back with six pretty good stories, maybe some great. So yeah, why not? Like, are you kidding me?" In question, like while while talking about like there's no other way that she's not gonna be denying any offer, but throughout the past year, Punk has also been asked about the possibility of his wife AJ returning to the ring. But the former WWE champion has continued to avoid building fan expectation like that she like could come back, like stating that the decision is entirely up to her, like if she ever feels like stepping back inside the ropes. Since retirement, Lee has been focused like on writing, most notably releasing her own autobiography, like yeah, crazy is my superpower. Like how I triumphant like by breaking bones, like breaking hearts and breaking rules, like which also be, became a New York Times bestseller. But do you think there's any potential that we could see the wife of the best in the world, AJ Lee, could make her return? And if so, who like what storyline should be put in, and who should or who will be in the storyline with her, and there's some kind of a rivalry in some capacity. And it's somebody like one of her idols, like with the likes of Cora Jade or Roxanne Perez, a Bailey, Liv Morgan, perhaps. Let me know in the comment section right down below. But I think like there's some possibilities, and then I wouldn't doubt like she would be making her return very soon if there's gonna be any teases about her. But I don't know when it could possibly be. Like maybe we can see CM Punk could be in some kind of an angle with a female wrestler. Like, and this is where we can see CM Punk say, like, I don't want to fight you. Like, I'm a gentleman. But I do know who exactly would want to, though. Like since you, like, like, since you ask about her, like which it could be one of the women's wrestlers that I just named, one of the four. With I wouldn't doubt it be Liv Morgan, like, which she could say like she could be encountering CM Punk, what with him, like with him possibly being in some kind of a rivalry with Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And then this is where we could see like CM Punk would say like if I wanted to, like I could fight you right now, but I'm not going to do that to make it fair for you. But I do know somebody that would love to voluntarily would fight you, and then there'll be none other than his wife, AJ Lee, which we can hear her theme song. I believe it's called "Light It Up." But yeah, let me know about that in the comments. Though, what's your opinion?
To me.
But next up, we got Kyle Fletcher addressed being aligned with Will Ospreay in AEW. When Will Ospreay arrived in AEW full time in March of 2024, like what a funny coincidence! Like the first person to properly welcome him into the in the company was none other than Kyle Fletcher. Like Osprey and Fletcher have been friends for years, and that bond like has found its way onto AEW TV in recent weeks as they challenged the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championships at on AEW Grand Slam edition of AEW Dynamite. Like before that match, Fletcher sat down with Renee Paquette like for a episode of of the AEW close up, like to discuss like his friendship with the aerial assassin. Like he he explains it's really really cool like in a lot of different ways. Like I think more so than just a wrestling sense, like we have so much history just as not even friends, but like we just have so much history together. I think from the moment that I met him, like there was that instant chemistry. Like Fletcher explained that neither man can dis can dis can distinctly remember when they first met each other, like, but he does remember the first time he recalls bonding with Osprey, like as they were making fun of someone by doing handstands like on the ropes, like while they had already became friends. Like it was when Osprey invited Fletcher, like in his Aussie Open tag team partner Mark Davis, to live with him during the COVID-19 pandemic, that their friendship was truly cemented. Uh, but anyways, like he added, we created like this bond that I've never had in my life before. Like this group like of us, like just like I've never had a group of friends, like where I feel so comfortable being myself, and that was so cool. Like to finally like find Fletcher like rounded off by saying like that their friendship translates into their wrestling, as he and Osprey have such a great chemistry together that the fans can invest in their real life connection. But what are your thoughts on to Kyle Fletcher's story about how he got a bond? He had a bond with his with his friend. What's his name? With his friend Will Ospreay. And do you think one day they finally will be tag team champions in AEW? If not, if not, like Mark Davis makes his long-awaited 1 year return, like from injury, I believe. But but I don't know. Like if Mark Davis gonna come back, they're gonna probably be the tag team champions. While Will Ospreay will probably remain as international champion or even AEW champion, which I sure hope that does happen. But it seems like that's not going to be happening anytime soon, at least not yet. But it's only just a matter of time, if not a matter of months, that will likely will happen. Samson. but but yeah, let me know down in the comment section right down below. But I think that that's gonna likely gonna happen. Like we can see them get the trio winning all three of the AEW World Belts. But but yeah, but yeah, let me know down in the comments below. You do think they're going to remain as friends? I think they. I think that's going to be a sign. Like it's a funny coincidence that Wrestling Inc. Posted that. I'm just, but anyways, but yeah, I think that their friendship's going to continue through thick and thin. Like, and when Don Callis will try to have them do the same attempt, like on tonight's Wrestle Dreams, which I predicted on my Rampage review video, which make sure you all need to check that out. But I will indeed make a Wrestle Dreams review video as soon as it goes off the air. But yeah, let me let me know down in the comment section right down below. Like if you think he's gonna turn on you're gonna turn on Will Ospreay, or do you think he's gonna stick to him and leave the Don Callis family for and fully reunite their United Empire alliance. But let's move on. We got Tommy Dreamer names WWE moment of AEW champion Brian Danielson went to the next level. But let's talk about some more Brian Danielson news, but this time from the innovator of violence himself, Tommy Dreamer. But yeah, the American Dragon has had his fair share of memory moments. Like he's won the AEW. I mean, he won the World Championship in both WWE and AEW's biggest shows. And being forced to retire and has and a cattle and a and a catalog of high quality matches, like most wrestlers would be jealous of. However, ECW legend Tommy Dreamer believes there was one moment during Danielson's WWE career that took him to the next level. Like the moment where he declared himself as the planet's champion. Yeah, I totally agree with the innovator of violence on this. Which I'm gonna talk about, which I'm saying is before I ask you guys the questions. Normally, I give you my opinions, like when I ask you for y'all's opinions, but I thought I might give out. That was the greatest gimmick that Brian Danielson has ever played, as along with him playing as the American Dragon and the leader of the Yes Movement as well. But yeah, this is what Tommy Dreamer had to say on the matter. When he turned heel in WWE and got the hemp champion, the hemp belt over, like I was like, this guy is the next. This guy is next level entertaining. Like I didn't think it was possible that it could happen, and he was a next level entertainer. When I when I saw that, like it just took him to a different level for me. Like, and it said right here, Danielson originally unveiled his version of the WWE Championship, like which was made out of entirely sustainable material, like following his feud with AJ Styles in 2019. He held onto the title until WrestleMania 35, uh, where he was beaten by Kofi Kingston, a match Danielson has said is one of his favorites like of all time. Dreamer also stated that he has always been a big fan of Danielson's work due to the fact that he wrestles like as hard as he can, no matter how hurt he might be. However, like all of those injuries, like have been catching up to the American Dragon. Like as he recently revealed that he lost feelings like us feeling of his legs like during like his match against Kazuchika Okada on AEW Dynamite. Danielson's next match will be against John Moxley for the AEW World Championship. Like at Wrestle Dream, like if he loses, he will presumably retire from in-ring competition at least for now. But I
that
but
bald person?
But I but I don't think that it's gonna happen though. Like
Cancer?
I I
He's
think
gonna cut you.
I think I think Brian Danielson is going to stay as champion on tonight's match, which you can see on my Rampage review video when I made my predictions on who's going to win on tonight's pay per view. But also, I want to ask you this question: what is your opinion on to Tommy Dreamer's opinion on the Brian Danielson's gimmick as the planet's champion? And do you agree with the innovator of violence,
Yeah.
or do you agree with like you got some excellent taste, Kai, or Charger, I should say. But anyways, but 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 let me know down in the comment section right now. But I sure agree with Tommy Dreamer on that because that was the best gimmick that Brian Danielson, like next to him being the leader of the Yes Movement and being the American Dragon in his time in Ring of Honor and now in AEW. But yeah, I hope he does have something similar about that. Like before he hangs up his boots for good. Like he wrestles like for one final time. Like with him being a heel, with him bringing that gimmick like it's Planet's champion. If WWE does not own the trademark to that, or unless if he does go back to WWE. But Brian Danielson said in a recent interview, however, that if he does lose the AEW championship, he's not getting back in the ring. He's going to retire. Just like how John Cena said, like in 2025, he's going to wrestle for the whole year until the end, and that's where he's going to hang up his jorts for good. It's going to be like something like similar to that situation. Like they're not going to be coming back and coming out of retirement once they retire. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about some AEW's Willow Nightingale have a chip on her shoulder over Mariah May's Owen Hart Cup win. And now we got some news about the pillow of AEW, has her sights on the Glamour's AEW Women's World Championship at Wrestle Dream. And Nightingale has meant meant was we got has was meant to face Dr. Britt Baker DMD to earn a shot at the Glamour's title, but it ended up being a four-way match, but that featured three former AEW Women's Champion with the likes of Jamie Hayter, Soraya, and Nyla Rose on Dynamite this past Wednesday. And Willow Nightingale spoke on the AEW Unrestricted show, and ahead of her match, and said she still has a chip on her shoulder about one thing that the current women's champion couldn't have controlled. I Again, she immediately stated there's a lot of feelings like going on, and there's a lot of uh, stra- strategic strategic st- the I mean strategizing strategizing going on because there is already as you mentioned the old wounds like I did win the Owen Hart Cup tournament last year, and there was no going on to get a title shot so there's a little bit of a chip on my shoulder about that because the way that she was able to become champion was never afforded to me but that is okay. That is sometimes life that's sometimes life but that's okay. That's okay because when the opportunity was there, she didn't beat me oh of course there was a little interference from Stokely and Stat but I will admit she pinned me on my shoulder on the mat in the former CMLL Women's Champion and TBS Champion defeated Ruby Soho to win the tournament last year, but never received a shot at the AEW Women's title. Nightingale was defeated in the final round of 2024 by Mariah May this year. Back when Will Nightingale believes she fought more fairly, in the middle of the ring. However, May has since become a a cunning heel, and she might resort to dirty tactics to retain her gold, at Wrestle Dream. But Nightingale is ready for the challenge. And then yeah, Will Nightingale finished things off saying, "I just have to focus on that fact, focus on the fact that I want to be the champion." And do you think Will Nightingale deserves to be women's champion? Do you think she's gonna be it? And also, do you think she deserved this, even if she did not win the women's number one contenders match from this past Wednesday on Title Tuesday? I mean, not Tuesday. It came on Tuesday, of course, because the MLB playoff games were on all day on that Wednesday on both TNT and TBS. So it was completely impossible to have their Wednesday night Dynamite show on that day, which I think they did a pretty good job, putting it on the on the night before, even though it was going head to head with NXT, but it worked out on their favor, I guess. They other than them selling ticket sales and maybe rate a little bit of ratings, but other than that, but let well let me know down in the comment section right down below, and let me know who's gonna win. If you saw my review video last night, y'all already know who I'm predicting who's gonna win that women's world championship match. And but if not, I'm gonna tell you, I predicted, whoever that's unaware, y'all, yeah, I said that Will Nightingale could be nearly could win right here, and this is where we could see Will Nightingale could accidentally attach the referee instead of Mariah May, with her moving out of the way right into a corner. This is where Mariah May to take an advantage of the moment, try to hit her with the Mayday, but Will Nightingale probably counter out of that, and then hits the Doctor Bomb. This is where then we could see. But this is where we can see Mina Shirakawa could come in after Will Nightingale try to get the referee up, but this is where we can see Mariah May could get the upper hand, but this is where both women could be down, and this is where we can see Mina Shirakawa see who's she going to help up. This is where it looked like she's about to teach Mariah May a lesson of her dirty ways, only for her to attack to tag Will Nightingale, and have Mariah May hits a guaranteed what's it called Mayday onto Will Nightingale for the 1-2-3, and retains her women's world championship that way. And also, like yeah, it's so much a shame in 2022 and 2023 they came up with this concept of giving Britt Baker an opportunity. I mean, I can understand maybe 2022 because they didn't have All In yet, but they could have given her opportunity at All Out though for the AEW Women's Championship, or did they? I don't know. Which the women's champion at the time was Thunder Rosa, which was the same women's wrestler that beat her for the title, like when she was that women's. But they should have gave her a rematch, like for those two regards, and then same with Will Nightingale against Hikaru Shida, but they didn't come up with the concept yet, so I can't really get mad at them. Like it was all just an honest mistake, like and yeah, they're probably going to learn from this, like as they're going leaning forward, like, and they're going to keep doing this, making this a very common theme. Like whoever wins the match are going to get a shot, earn himself a guaranteed shot at the world championship in the men's and women's division at AEW All In, which is going to be their version of WrestleMania, and then everything's gonna be all good. But from one AEW wrestler to another now, as Darby Allin opens up about Brody King, like looks beyond Spirit Halloween act, and it sounds like the costume store that they're referring to, and I don't understand why is it. And it says right here, Darby Allin has never pinned the House of Black's Brody King in a match in the ring either, like on the independent scene, like or in AEW. Allen looks to challenge like that after King accepted his open challenge for AEW Wrestle Dream. And and before I continue, I want to say, like, I totally forgot about this. Like Darby Allin never has pinned him, and I think I made a mistake saying he did beat him, but he really didn't. Like, and I want to apologize for that. But I predicted Darby Allin's going to win, with Brody King looking like he could win, and show him that he can never beat him, but only Darby will outsmart him, and then managed to get him down off his feet, and then he hits the coffin drop for the 1-2-3, and he'll try to work his way back up of getting a shot at the AEW championship and even winning it. If I give my predictions, except I totally forgot that they never beat Brody King, but Brody King beat him. But on Saturday, like both men are connected to the state of Washington, where the pay per view will take place. It's where Allen grew up and where King came up in the wrestling business. Speaking on AEW's unrestricted, like this is the third wrestler I reported that was interviewed by AEW's unrestricted show. But anyways, Allen talked about their upcoming match following a string of losses that took him out of the AEW World Championship picture. The former tag team and TNT champion said his opponent is similar to him and has a big chip on his shoulder. I beat him in the coffin match, but I never pinned him in the ring. Yeah, he never beat him by pinfall, of course. But I remember watching that coffin match. Darby Allin did beat Brody King in that match, but he has not beaten him in a one-on-one normal singles match by pinfall. But anyways, and that's a thing I've kind of carried with myself is, can I beat Brody King in question? And I think he knows the answer to that, and that's why he accepted the open challenge. I I feel like in a way, B kind of feels undervalued. Like I think he's trying to build his name off of me, again, and jump back into that spotlight. And he knows I've never pinned him in that ring. Darby Allin said that Brody King is always dangerous, even in his real life. Again, and he explains King is the hardcore brand where people get beat up at their shows. Allen explained that those who uh, I think King is putting on an act are wrong. He added he's lived his whole his he lived this his whole life. I kind of want to pull that off of him, in the sense of all right, be that Brody King that I know that you are in real life on AEW. Be that guy, because that's that's a lot more captivating than your whole spirit Halloween act. Like that said, Allen knows that Brody King has fans among the AEW faithful, and they might show up for him at Wrestle Dream. And we also have WWL to believe the Washington crowd will be split. But before I get into that, I want to ask you this question: and do you believe what Darby Allin is saying on this in this interview? And do you think that Brody King is exactly what he is what he is in real what he is on the show in real life? And do you think Darby Allin's going to finally pin him for the victory? Something that he holds a grudge on with the Hell Dog of the House of Black. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. We got Darby Allin believes the Washington crowd will be split. Darby Allin explained that Brody King's career started off in Seattle, at Defy Washington, around the same time his own wrestling journey began, and he knows this that his opponent is also a hometown guy at Wrestle Dream. Allen said he thinks the crowd is going to be split, and that King is going to be extra motivated due to being on an AEW pay per view. Allen, meanwhile, had the opponent to be in the main event Wrestle Dream before losing his title shot at to John Moxley. Has such he know, I mean, as such he now believes in his heart his match against Brody King is the main event. I'll say I believe when it comes to a wrestling spirit, maybe, but in reality, I'm not sure. But But I'm going to believe that, because that's what's going to make the match even more feel special and better. But this is what Darby Allin had to say onto the matter, adding onto that into that same interview with the AEW Unrestricted. The thing with Brody is we want. He wants to be the best he can be. He's not here coasting to get a paycheck. He literally wants to drop the wrestling world on its head, and he knows the best way to do that is in a show out at an AEW pay per view and steal the show, and that's what he fully intends to do. It remains to be seen if the crowd will be on Allen or King's side, but their history should make for a compelling match. It seems that both wrestlers have a point to prove, and that should lead to an entertaining spectacle, for the fans. And And what are your thoughts on to Darby Allen's Darby Allen's take on Brody King on what he's in the wrestling business for, and that is trying to put it right where it's supposed to be and right back on the map like it once was. And I do think that's what's going to be. I do think that this match is going to be helping by hiring up those particular stakes, and I do think he's going to finally going to put the wrestling business right on the map even more, take it up to another notch, and do think it could be the match of the night, like tonight on Wrestle Dreams, like Darby Allen thinks it will be. I mean, there's a possibility, but then again, I could think of like two matches that's gonna be right in front of it to be the better matches, but I wouldn't doubt they could get the second place spot of getting the silver trophy award of the night. Like in my opinion, side of things, of course. Especially if one of the two matches do not live up in expectations of being like a show stealer, but But I think it could be some kind of an entertaining classic, and they're probably rehearsing this with them being with Darby Allin being confident that this match will bring some eyes, right in front of the ring, like whether if the fans are attending the show or watching it at home. But we're just gonna have to wait and see what's gonna be the outcome for the House of Black member and the former TNT and AEW tag team champion. But next up, we got Rikishi opens up about his son Jay Uso winning his first singles title, and following a recent victory over Braun Breaker, on Monday Night Raw, uh, Jay Uso captured the WWE Intercontinental Championship, for the first time, though it's far from his first title in the company. It uh, it it. It is the first title Uso has won a singles championship. Speaking on Rikishi's fought to off the top podcast, Uso's father, Rikishi, shared his reaction to the big win. He he explains, I am so proud, that was a long road, what is it, 15 years or 14 years, like uh, you dominate the tag team division, and then you finally break off into singles competition, like not not knowing which way it's gonna go, but you see it, the fan favorite, the WWE Hall of Famer continued praising his son, by stating that he is a a genuine role model, and is someone who stays out of trouble, stay out of trouble. While Rikishi stated that Uso has seen a lot of stuff as the son of the wrestler, and a wrestler himself. He believes that his son has made the right decisions, and it's all paying off, in terms, he continued, in terms of the match itself. Oh no, it's this is totally different paragraph. But anyways, yeah, in terms of the match itself, Rikishi complimented the work of both performers, and shared his belief that Scott and Rick Steiner must also be quite proud of what Braun Breaker has accomplished. Like the former WWE star believes both Uso and Breaker will one day hold world titles within the WWE company. Like Rikishi also discussed like recent comments like he's made about Uso's booking in the company, clarifying like that he just wanted to see his son get a fair opportunity as any father would. Like that opportunity seems to have arrived. Like and Uso has already begun defending his newly won championship with a successful defense against Xavier Woods on Monday's episode of Raw. But let me know down in the comment section right down below on what is exactly your opinions on Rikishi giving high praise on Jay Uso's singles push with him like finally giving plenty of complimentary comments onto WWE's booking of his son, which it was a long way coming. I believe WWE must have seen this and they're like we better give him a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. Like after all, like this is the title that his father won. Like and Rikishi probably would not be displeased. Like if he see his son not winning and he's gonna be continue talking poorly about us. Like so we might as well give them a treat, like which we rarely do, and then also to the fans, like we to prove that we can be unpredictable, when that time comes, like which that was this happened to be the night for it, like which was almost 3 weeks ago, like back at the end of September, I believe, which was like September 30th, was it? No, or was it September 23rd? I totally forget what day of the week was, but let me know in the comment section right down below on that matter. But let's like we got AEW star Chris Jericho sized up on the Wrestle Dream opponent like for the ROH championship, like against Mark Briscoe. And yeah, Chris Jericho will face Mark Briscoe at Wrestle Dreams, and the head of the head of the learning tree, or more likely the teacher of the learning tree, is looking to take the ROH World Championship. Jericho may have made things more difficult, like for himself. However, like as he invoked the name of Briscoe's late brother Jay in a promo like on the October 2nd edition of AEW Dynamite on Title Tuesday. Like after Jericho made things personal before, like when Briscoe put his gold on the line like the week prior, Jericho spoke ahead on of the match on the latest edition of the Unrestricted, which is going to be the fourth ever AEW wrestler I'm going to report for today's wrestling news video. And he said he knows like it was important for Briscoe to win the ROH championship, and knows he won't give it up like so easily. He he quoted, I'm not quoted, I'm more likely he said this this is not being a snidely heel, like he no he not being snidely heel, like was under the shadow of his brother Jay. Like Jay was the older brother, like, and Jay was kind of the point man in the team. As great as Mark is, Jay was kind of more of the singles guy. Like, and Jay was a two-time ROH, which stands for Ring of Honor champion. Like, and when I beat Again, if or when I beat Mark Briscoe, I will be a two-time Ring of Honor champion as well. Jericho said they thinks Briscoe is fighting for more than just the championship, as he cares about the legacy of the Briscoe brothers. Like he believes that ever since his brother's death last year, Briscoe has worked at a high level as a tribute to Jay. And Jericho added, I think that's why it's going to be extra difficult to beat him, because you're not just fighting one guy, you're fighting his whole family. Like it's not easy anytime you're in the ring with Mark Briscoe. That's another reason why I'm really interested in the match. Like it's Jericho and Briscoe. Like have never been one on one through all these years of wrestling. Like we were never in the same company together. But what are your thoughts on but now Chris Jericho's finally getting his wish because like he will be facing Mark Briscoe tonight on Wrestle Dreams for his Ring of Honor championship. And do you think he's going to be a two-time champion just like Mark's brother Jay, or do you think that we're going to see Mark Briscoe is going to find a way to retain by hitting some tribute-paying maneuvers that his brother used to do to pay homage to his late brother Jay Briscoe? And yeah, and I hope either way, I hope it does work out into their favor. Like on who's gonna be the winner of tonight's AEW of AEW's Wrestle Dream match in particular. And I I'll think about Chris Jericho could win. I think the only way he probably would win is by Rocky Romero, but I just don't think that's gonna be happening tonight. Like I just think like if Rocky Romero does turn on Mark Briscoe and joins the Learning Tree, it'll probably be afterwards, probably on the post show Dynamite. But I don't know. Just give me your opinions on when that might happen down in the comments below. But yeah, I mean, but could be a possibility of Chris Jericho could win the ROH championship. But yeah, like I said, not anytime soon, and not because I'm hating on Chris Jericho, and not hating on the idea of him winning the title, given that he's 53 years old. But yeah, I'll say age does not matter. It's nothing but a number. But the thing is, he's a full timer, so it's only like it makes sense that he's fighting for the championship. It would be one thing like if he was a part timer and he should be fighting for like in non-title action because I think championship should be for full timers, just like my homie Plana said, and even my own mother even said that as well. Yeah, like championships should be like meant for part timers as well. But I mean not part timer. I mean should be meant for full timers, not for part timers. Like that's gonna be showing up for a limited amount of time, and not on a weekly base. But let's move on to the next slide. We got one more. We're gonna end today's wrestling news video with the Godfather, like like talk, like explains explains his joining with the Nation of Domination was the happiest day of his life, and it says right here that the WWE's Nation of Domination stable was first formed in 1996 and united like the likes of Farouk, D'Lo Brown, and Salvio Vega, like and and uh and before establishing their most recognized lineup, like which added The Rock, like then and then known as Rocky Maivia at the time, like and yeah, Kama Mustafa. Kama Mustafa, like also more popular as known as the Godfather. Yeah, also, better known as the Godfather. The Godfather looked back at the stable and explained why he was happy to be a part of the Nation of Domination. Like in an episode of the Podden Ain't Easy, like he recalled being asked like to come back to WWE and the take the mantle of Papa Shango. And one more time, like that was Papa Shango, like one more time, like but noted how the gimmick had become less cartoony, like and that several realistic elements were mixed into it. Like, however, then Vince McMahon had a different idea for him. He he said he goes tonight. We're gonna put you in the Nation of Domination, like and he recalls, I only put into the nation to make it bigger and blacker. He claimed. The WWE Hall of Famer also added that Kane's debut could have been another reason why they didn't want him to be Papa Shango again, and he continued or added, I should say, more likely he added, happiest day of my life, because that makeup is a pain in the ass. Like I was like, you didn't have to pay to come back. Like just put that flubbing makeup off. Like he revealed that that his initial concern was the pay that he originally signed on the portrait is Papa Shango, and how that his change of character would affect with his will affect his deal with McMahon. Assured him it would stay the same following this. He and Farouk were introduced to The Rock with with uh, McMahon claiming that the then rising star would eventually become the biggest name in wrestling. But what are your thoughts onto this story from the former Nation of Domination himself? And do you think that this was the right decision of making him a member, rather than going back as Papa Shango, which maybe was all, which he probably was thinking his traveling buddy's kayfabe brother, Kane, for the reason why he done, had to go back to Papa Shango and put on that painful makeup on, and yeah, and then and that face paint, I guess you could call it as well, because he joined the Nation of Domination on that day, which I believe was at 1997, if I'm not mistaken. For him not make with him not making his return as Papa Shango on that Bad Blood pay per view, I believe, and only just staying as his Godfather persona until they finally got him into the Nation of Domination. But let me know down in the comments again. Once again, that this is a very interesting story to tell. I need to get into it more and more. Like I'm starting to look at more recaps of the Attitude Era. I'm trying to do more of that oftenly. Hopefully, I do so very soon. And wish for me luck, Assassinators. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But for now, I guess that'll be it for the SNA podcast, of the wrestling news video on October 12th, 2024. And let me know down in the comments below which one was your favorite news story out of this list. If I had to pick one, I would have to pick the one with Tommy Dreamer, like choosing the greatest gimmick that Brian Danielson had in his career, and, and that is the Planet's Champion gimmick, I guess you could say. Which I'm gonna give that as my favorite one of today's video. And I hope that Brian Danielson does retain the AEW World Championship. And I hope y'all all enjoyed this video. And if so, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button and consider hit the subscribe and the post notification bell for more SNA videos. And also make sure to check out my AEW Wrestle Dreams review video, which I'm gonna be doing later on tonight, to see who came out as the winners, who came out as the losers. Like we're all gonna be talking about that. Well, mostly looking at more of the positives rather than the negatives. But yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna be next and what to expect next. And then we also got a segment with MVP meeting up with the Tacoma hero himself, Swerve Strickland, and then trying to convince him of joining the Hurt Syndicate. With Swerve Strickland look like he has some interest, but the only thing that'll probably stop him is that MVP was making fun of his manager Prince Nana, saying that was the failure when it wasn't. Like it was actually the reason why he became a success in the main event scene in the first place, which we could possibly see, like with him being the fan favorite along with me, like to the point that the reason why I got the opportunity to become an AEW champion in the first place. Like something like that is where he was like, so I would say no, thank you, and you could take this deal and shove it where it don't shine, or say or or whatever he would say, right. But this is where we could the MVP would be like 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 he was like why would you do that? Like no matter I came up with a backup plan anyways, to make you do otherwise. And if not, you're just gonna live the rest of your life with pain and misery. And this is where he'll bring out his debut guy that's going to be added to the Hurt Syndicate, and that is none other than the former WWE World Champion and Hurt Business member. What's his name? Bobby Lashley, the Almighty. And this is where he comes up and attacks Swerve, whether if he comes out and in the entrance with a very shocking ovation, or even attacking him from behind, or or even in a hoodie with him taking it off, which I just cannot see Bobby Lashley styling in the hoodie. But I just see him making his debut on tonight because everybody said he's AEW bound, and and he's he's planning to be making his debut on tonight's pay-per-view. And I hope it does work out for him and for AEW and everybody involved. Hopefully this will be the best segment of the night. Will probably be the only segment of the night if they don't have anything else on the card. But but let's but we're just gonna end it in this video right here. And yeah, I love you all, Assassinators, and I thank you guys for being such a support of the SNA community on YouTube and on the IWC as well. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your wonderful rest of your Saturday afternoon. And I'll see you all in this evening with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye bye, my Assassinators. Y'all take care and have a Super Ninja awesome afternoon. And I'll see you guys soon on the next video. Bye bye for now, Assassinators. I will talk to you again soon.